Liberal Dan Radio presents
Fat Man Rant.
MSNBC had over the weekend this video, this special on black men in America and talking to them about politics. And there's a lot of things that when it comes to oppressed people, when it comes to marginalized people, I'm the first person who will say you need to listen to people. Like, you know, I'm Jewish. I'm a big guy. I'm a fat guy. You know, when it comes to, you know, big people issues, listen to fat people and what they have to deal with. When it comes to Jewish issues, listen to Jewish people and what they have to deal with. When it comes to Muslim issues, listen to Muslim people and what they have to deal with. When it comes to black people, listen to black people and what you have to deal with. It doesn't mean you have to always agree with the people, but you need to listen to them and let them tell their story. You can't speak for them. So, and there's a lot of times, you know, especially in this election, when we're coming up, and, you know, this upcoming election, we need to listen to marginalized and oppressed people so that we can know, and we can absolutely know what's going on and how we can best address the issues that they're dealing with, because I can't tell, you know, I can't speak for a black person and say this is what black people are dealing with. Now, I can use my privilege and amplify what they're talking about. This is Rose. Welcome, Rose. But I can't know without listening. However, that being said, there's always going to be a case where people jump the shark when it comes to certain things. And like I said, there's going to be times when you don't agree. There's going to be times when you hear somebody say something and you just have to shake your head. And when I was watching one of these clips from the Decision 2024 and black male voters in South Carolina discussing the presidential election, and you had this one particular person who was talking in this barbershop, and he said this.
I just think that Donald Trump, in spite of all the craziness he may have in his head, reading some of the things that he talks about with business, I can kind of agree with as far as business-wise, because I'm trying to grow my business. A lot of people admire.
All right, so if he does what he says when it comes to business, if Donald Trump does what he says when it comes to business, what are you talking about? Can you believe Donald Trump when he says what he's going to do when it comes to business? Donald Trump is a freaking con artist. Donald Trump is a freaking con artist. You cannot believe a single word that he says. Not a damn word. He is running for office. He'll tell you whatever he thinks that you want to hear in order for him to get elected. If he thinks that you're gonna frickin', you know, vote for him because he thinks he's gonna get you a puppy, he'll tell you that he's gonna get you a puppy. That doesn't mean you're getting a puppy. If he thinks that he's gonna he'll talk out of his ass all sort 10 different ways from Sunday about how it'll be good for small businesses and how he's going to be good for labor. I mean, remember in 2016, he talked about how he's going to bring steel back. We need to bring steel back to this country. We need to be able to get steel workers back to work. The only steel Donald Trump brought back to this country is him stealing from the American coffers and putting the money into his pockets. That's the only steel that Donald Trump got back to this country. That's the only steal that we're talking about, that he's interested in. Stealing the money from the American taxpayers and putting it into his pockets when he would make, you know, our, you know, military and other people stay at his resorts. He is a con artist. He is a fraud. And if you believe that he is going to do anything that he says that he's going to do on business, you're a fool. You know what? P.T. Barnum is said to have said, "A fool is born every minute." Well, I mean, there's your example. I mean, how people can still believe anything that comes out of this man's mouth is just beyond me. Are there people who are going to be upset that maybe Biden didn't do everything that, he said that he was going to do. Well, maybe some of these people need to be informed of the fact that, I don't know, the Senate, while they had a slim majority of Democrats, and just because you had the vice president, you had a slim majority because of the vice president, but you still had a majority of conservatives because of Sinema and Manchin, and so conservatives blocked much of what Biden wanted to do. You had an extremist conservative Supreme Court who blocked some of Joe Biden's student loan efforts, and despite that, Joe Biden has still managed to enact some policies when it comes to student loans that has helped many people out when it comes to student loan payments, including getting them off of student loan repayment. I have a bunch of videos about that over on YouTube as well. He's done so much when it comes to student loans. He's probably the best president on student loans ever, but nobody is talking about that. At least besides me, that I've heard. At least not enough. But y'all are going to forget that it's conservatism that has blocked Biden from doing some of the things he wants to do. And your answer is to put Donald Trump back in there and double down on conservatism? That's moronic. And believing Donald Trump and anything that he has to say is moronic. And the word that you're looking for here, for anybody who believes Donald Trump for anything that he says when it comes to helping small business, trifling. That's just trifling right there. No way about it. You need to be more informed, and that's why we need to push shows like Hal's. That's why we need to push shows, that are other left-wing, progressive, liberal type shows. Mine as well, because we need to do a better job of getting the word out there and fighting the ridiculousness that has people thinking that there is any way, that there's any planet in the multiverse where Donald Trump would somehow help small businesses. Donald Trump is only there to help himself, to enrich himself, and to keep himself out of prison. That's the only reason he's there. If you think it's any other reason, you're a fool.